talked to Angjak a little bit. You guys had made some checks and whatnot because of the eeriness of what was going on. And yeah, I had sent a message in Discord earlier that because we had so much other things going on, the Professor Orb that Valen has is also a what's the word I want to use? A resource that you guys can feel free to ask questions of and sort of see if maybe there's more information that like either Valen has forgotten to share on a number of topics. So, and Professor Scant, as the Professor Orb is known, it loves to chat and talk about all things that it knows about, and it knows a lot.
How'd you get so smart?
Well, that's a good question. I have spent many years reading. It's something you should try.
And this is the point where I stick my head outside the air bubble into the water.
Pressure just crushes you immediately.
That explodes.
A lot less painful.
Perfect. Exactly. That is what I'm looking for. I had a spirit trapped inside my brain, and it was better than this.
He will also go on. Well, I also had the advantage over, say, maybe some of you, for having been able to spend many years studying in the Arcane Brotherhood's library, in which many people would converse with me for many hours. Some even more than that. You know, some folks don't need to sleep.
And
Was
like
that
Loki's
before
taking
or
notes.
after? Was that before or after the raised dead ritual?
Oh, well, the Brotherhood does do things like that occasionally. There is a tower for necromancy, yes. Oh, did I say that wrong? Ah, I said it right. Whatever. But that is not my particular area.
I believe it's necromancy, but, you know, potato.
Oh, you've had the potatoes?
Right.
I don't eat.
That actually
I'm
sounds
an
very
orb.
Irish.
Oh, you have the potatoes.
I'm turning into a
Top of
hobbit.
the morning, laddies.
This is my good friend Patio Furniture. Oh, okay, nice.
She's out all night.
It's the village patio. Everybody gets a sit.
Everybody gets a sit.
So, Professor Scant, I have a question for you. I don't know if you can answer it.
I will try, child.
What can you tell us about Oral and potentially her weaknesses or areas that we should maybe exploit?
Well, what kind of answer would you like? Would you like something that's very to the point, or something that's more drawn out? You know what?
Is it drawn out just for the sake of drawing out, or is it more complete of an answer?
Oh, that's a question in a question. I like questions like that.
Well, my question was she asked a different question. I was
the next 4
in response. Yeah, so I guess we're going drawn out is what we're answering.
I was gonna say, and this is the real moment.
This is the Ent coming back to the hobbits and being like, we have decided that you are not orcs. It's just like, that was... Are you fucking kidding me? We weren't deciding this. Okay. So yeah, all that we can know about Oral, because I want to jam something in her face and take her out.
So it is interesting in that
like a sword,
what you seek to do as mortals is
switch that order.
The end of a deity, which has happened, but only by others that have ascended to godhood themselves. So it's not impossible, but I think it may be beyond your current capabilities. However, there are other factors to consider. Well, okay, step 1, become gods, then kill a god. I don't know if that's in your playbook. However, there are other factors to...
We're
to
on our
consider. Maybe, yes, maybe work your way up that way. Perhaps there are factors that would allow you to bypass some of her godly powers. For example, the first question, which no one, to my understanding, has been able to answer, is why is she here? Some have speculated that other gods have kicked her out and that she needed a place to restore herself or to create further worship. But there may have been other ways besides just freezing the north. The other thing to consider.
Once she came here, I wanted to kick her the fuck out. So I mean, there's that. I can see why the gods would want to as well.
Well, the gods that, again, this is speculation, for as we mortals know, we cannot know the minds of gods. They're all bitches. They really are. The gods that kicked her out were chaotic at best. So there are some that are still pondering that question. But what we do know is that she has spent vast amounts of her divine power to keep the North locked in its frozen state, which begs the question, why? What purpose would cause her to use so much of her power to do this?
Because she's a cold, chaotic, evil bitch.
And she wants everyone to know.
You may be right. You may be right, sorceress. But no one knows. Now, what I can tell you is this: your current quest to go to her island has, and Valen is like sort of circling in on this too, because she's like, oh shit, I probably didn't ask this question yet either, and need to know the answer. There are two things to know. One, she has, from the knowledge I was able to collect from another member of the Arcane Brotherhood, whose name was Nas. Nas has disappeared. He too came to the north when Valen and others that you may have met, including Avarice, they all came in search of answers or power or both. Nas himself believed that Oral was a key of some sort and had dedicated a lot of time to researching her holiest of text, known as the Codicil of White. Valen believes, and probably rightfully so, that treaty or that document, which she keeps close to her as a text to share only with her avid and most ardent of followers, holds a key to perhaps unlocking this glacier that this lost city of the Netherese nations is caught beneath here in the north. It is also possible that other things can be unlocked by reading this book. However, as with most highly divine and magical sources, it is laced with tests and trials that all center around Aural's nasty sides. Nas was able to discover, Nas, however you say his name. I like Nas. It just rolls off my orbless tongue, the best, or tongueless orb, however I would say that. Another question for myself. You hear a scritching as it's writing notes to itself. It goes, but what he was able to determine is these trials, if approached by more than one person at once, may only have to be tested by one, or could indeed need to have a group. However, Nas was not able to really get any quote-unquote dialogue from anyone who had either passed or knew of this process. He could only determine that there was, in fact, trials to be held. I know I've gone on for a minute, so I will pause. But also, because I immediately think of another thing I should tell you. So the other thing to know, and Angjak has mentioned this, and you hear Angjak go, yep, that's my name. Oral has a massive creature that she rides every day to maintain this eternal twilight. This huge bird, this rock, capable of potentially feeding on this very beast that we ride on now, Um, that is another potential problem to be aware of. When we are on Oral's island, she is aware of everything that occurs, but may not, depending upon when we arrive, be able to act depending upon her level of drain that she suffered from this cosmic level space-time continuum and S spell that she continues to cast over these lands. Also, it'll be really cold there. Like really, really, really cold.
Thank you, Derek. So what was I gonna? And that is the same monster that we were being warned about in the first place.
Yeah, Angjak had warned you guys about
Yes.
that. Yes, that yeah.
Now this Nas guy, was this what other than being an inspiring rapper, does he did he is he still alive? Or is he who I'm thinking?
No one has seen Nas for quite some time, but if you are referring to Divian, who was burnt at the stake, two totally different people.
Yeah, that was in where was that?
East Haven. It was the first thing you guys saw when you went to East Haven.
Yeah, and it was he had two things. So okay, yeah. One of which the Great Bag of Tricks. Okay.
That's true. Actually, you know what? That's true. Who still has? I think it was Divian, but who still has the spell book or the? Well, I gave it away.
Well,
who still has?
Yeah, that's Loki.
Who still has?
Me.
Yeah, the only one who can deal with spells.
Maybe,
and then I know he dragged a couple things from that too.
I don't know if you ever identified it as a spell book. So guess what? It's a spell book, but you might want to take a look at it.
I was told we had a couple spells in there, and I don't have any of the spells in my notes.
Give me 1 sec, and I will.
But I remember after like being gone for a while, Kevin told me that I had like X amount of spells.
Yeah. So Naz's last name was Lantomir, and no one has seen Nas for quite some time. But Nas was another student, if you will, of trying to discover the magics of the North and what had drawn Oral here. Nas had also shared that there was previous ancient civilizations that were under the that were built by cyclopses and other giants, but the cyclopses that built their settlements here in an age that preceded even the Nether East, which is at this point like 10,000 years old. They were supposedly like farseers, and sort of they attempted to see into both the past and the future, and there's supposedly like relics and other things potentially lost and frozen up here. Hold on, I want to go back. I got to go back and find the spell book, because I think you're going to get very excited when I tell you what's in it.
Spells. Spoiler.
Just lots of spells. Lots of spells.
Spells.
It's actually just knock jokes.
Oh, that's a bonus.
See? He knew you were going to get excited about it.
Found it.
That's how I cast the spells.
Knock.
Spells.
What? Fireball. Get it?
Shouldn't have said it. Town Hall, Keeper's Treasure. This book is pretty good for keeping stuff together, except for
the stuff I need to find.
Except for when you got to find a thing, and it's like, oh, did you need to know about that? Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you about that. Where is it? As I'm quickly reading through this to try to find it again, because I know where it is. I just gotta find it. Um, is there any other questions that you guys have for Professor Scant?
If her power is going to be so taxed with keeping this Everwinter and Neverwinter, um, would you care to just speculate on potential ways that we can exploit the fact that her power is going to be taxed, and we can maybe we can't kill her, but do some sort of damage so that she's not on this plane of existence anymore, or she's so weakened to a state where, she essentially is no longer a god or is powerless, or is there someone that you can direct us to that can perhaps answer the question is how do we stop Oral from being Oral?
So Scant would say, well, because she is so taxed, it is possible that mortals may have a chance to fight her. But that said, deities possess abilities and sort of acumen well beyond anything that I'm not trying to be more negative than I normally am about just peasants like yourself, but usually more powerful than people such as you. I would probably say that if any of you are planning to attack her directly, you'll probably die, and cold spells won't work well.
Anyone who thought they would is getting kicked out now.
Okay, so if we don't attack her directly, how should we attack her? And should we go after the bird first?
Well, again, that might be a way. I believe that if you were to thwart the bird, it's an interesting train of thought. If you were able to thwart the bird and not die, you would definitely decrease her ability to cast her time and space magics in the area of effect that she does. Like, our research has shown that clearly it is by riding this bird and the speeds with which it can carry her through the sky must in fact be the way that she can cast her magics over so wide an area every day or every night. But I don't know if I mean, you look hardy and hale, but are you up to the challenge of fighting that bird? And also, I can only imagine that even if she is weak and you try to battle the bird, that she would come to its aid and probably kill you as well. I'm not trying to tell you you're going to die, but you're probably going to die. Velen takes him and shoves him back in her pocket and goes, "He's always this morbid, always."
I love it. Good.
So I'm walking into Hell's Mouth with you, and I'm equally terrified about this, but I think that this is the only chance that we have. And I think that of the people that I have seen in 10 Towns, you are probably the only people I could count on to help me get this done.
All right, so some of the things, just to kind of put it out there to everyone, there's probably another question. I'm wondering kind of the time of day, that if we know anything about Oral, when she goes out, that sort of thing, to do this so that if we can kind of catch it at the right time, either she's out and we can kind of sneak in there, get stuff done, or she's just drained and we can sneak in there, get stuff done.
I think
the other thing after is also potentially working with the 10 Towns and trying to get all of the sacrifices and any sort of thing like that out of there, so that she can't draw any power if she does from the sacrifices and the worship sort of stuff.
So from Velin's pocket, you hear. So she reaches in and she pulls Professor Scant back out. Professor Scant says, "Oh, most interesting idea. By decreasing the amount of people who are paying honor to her, her powers would wane as well. I had not thought of that. That might be a good approach to attempt. However, how would you convince the people of 10 towns that they should stop doing that?"
You had me at mass murder and genocide.
Oh,
Right.
the classic murder hobo approach. I see. I see.
They can't worship if they're not alive.
But by killing them to not worship Oral, aren't you actually just doing more blood sacrifice for Oral?
It's not for Oral. It's for me.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Well,
in
all right.
reality,
I'm trying to raise my level to get to Oral. This is for you guys.
The only way I can kill Oral is if I kill all of you and get the EXP. That's it. That's it.
Right. I'm totally Gandalfing this.
So,
So-
we're literally, I mean, sacrifice a few in 10 towns for the rest of the Sword Coast and, Faerun. I think we're got a, deal here.
It's classic, what's good for one may not be good for all, and what's good for all may be good for your one. Got it.
Or the needs of the many outweigh the needs and lives.
The needs of other many's. Yes.
The lives
all right.
of the few.
All right, TJ, do you have a pen or a pencil ready? Because I have a list for you.
Almost. Sure, let's go.
All right. You now have access to the following spells in a book that are you a wizard?
Yes.
You-
Arcane Trickster.
I think you can use this because it is a spell book as well. I don't know if you have to translate it, but for shits and giggles, let's just say you have 2 spell books you can use for now because I like that. All right. You have Animate Objects, Arcane Eye, Arcane Lock, Blur, Confusion, Conjure Elemental, Detect Magic, everyone's favorite spell from Pirates, Disguise Self, Fireball, Hallucinatory Terrain, Illusory Script, Invisibility, Knock, Levitate, Magic Missile, Major Image, Mirror Image, Mislead, Phantasmal Force, Phantasmal Killer, Seeming, Sending, Silent Image, and Slow. Now, again, some of those spells you may need the specific level to be able to cast, but if you have access to those through levels, they are all wizard spells, so you would be able to use them.
Thing and what?
What was it?
After seeming?
You have
Seeing, sending, slow.
Silent Image and Slow.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to reevaluate my prepared spells.
Well, so again, I'm going to say that you guys figured this out before the trip, so you have plenty of time to prep what you need on this boat ride that you guys have been on for 2 days at this point. So, the book itself was under the effect of an illusory script spell when you first got it, which was why your arcane check didn't see what it was. You just knew it was magic. And then when you took off with the cauldron because you needed because you couldn't play for a while, you left with that book, and it never really was something that anybody could check on again. So I was like, well, that's something that's out there in the world. And if anybody else casts arcane spells, I'm sure that you could probably work with Loki to access this and maybe read that or do whatever. But for the time being, I think we've got a divine and an innate spellcaster. We don't have anybody else that's casting arcane spells, correct?
No, it's pretty much I seeing it happens.
Okay, all right. All right.
Is there any
Um,
knowledge that we have about the actual like ice fortress that we're heading to, or is it just kind of
Oh,
like, hey, it's
oh,
that's where
yes,
she
yes,
is?
yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The fortress itself is known as Grimscale. Ooh, scary name, isn't it? Carved and formed by a great tribe of frost giants. This enormous citadel, well, more of a tower, really, large tower, was crafted in the likeness of a giant frozen skull. It sits in the middle of this floating island that rumor has that Auril herself can move as she wills, which is why perhaps our Angjak needs to make sure he knows where he's going. Yup, I know. That's why I said it would take maybe 3 days. But I know roughly where it is.
I lost audio. Is anybody else here?
Yep, we're all here. Well, I'm still
here.
here. I think either people were taking notes or people were just taking in the fact that you're all going to a frozen apocalyptic island controlled by a demigod, no, by a god, to assault a frost giant fortress.
Yeah, I mean-
got we knew that before we rang the bell.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we were all aware.
Wait, this does what? Fuck. Where are you taking us?
Wait a minute, where are we going? That is.
I didn't sign up for
That
this.
sounds fucking dangerous. Turn this shit around.
All right. So
Do we have any more info on this tower citadel skull thing? Other than that?
Let me check my. I think that the only other thing that I could probably share is that it's very, very cold there.
Can I insight check this orb and see if he
100%, sure.
is fucking with us?
100%.
He seemed
sure.
awfully excited to give just basic nothing information. So that was weird.
Right, like literally all the
It's like,
information.
we're
we had
on
already
the
had.
that would be like, yeah, we're on the train to Boston. We know where we're going. That's not the question. It's cold. It's always been cold. Fuck.
Well, so with a 13, you realize that he's kind of been fucking with you this whole time because he thinks he's better than you. But with the 13, you also know that he's actually probably got some legitimacy when he's saying that. And so when he says very, very, very cold, his sort of information leads it to believe that the temperatures that you've dealt with so far are going to be worse.
I'm glad I have those boots.
These boots were made for walking in the snow.
Yes.
And maybe we want to talk about as well, like, what are some major theories as to why Oracle is here? Because clearly, like, she's, as you said, using an immense amount of power to keep this place in lockdown. And all the cool shit seems to be in the citadel that she currently occupies anyway. Like, what is her purpose?
Well, peasant, I think you might be mistaken on that one. There's probably some really powerful items, or as you said, cool shit in the tower. However, it is my belief that there are further bits of amazing historical artifact level magics hidden under the Ragged Glacier, as well as potentially in the very sea that we swim through right now.
Is there any way we can find out what she's after and get it first? Because if a god wants it, it might make us a god.
Well, I do have a theory if you'd like to hear it.
Yes, please.
Hmm. And Velen will as he starts to talk and sort of go off on a whining way, she just puts him back in her pocket and goes, before this takes another 45 minutes. The Netherese were magicians and magic users on par with something the world doesn't know anymore. They were able to tap into the power of the weave to a level that has remained unknown even to the elves, who are ancient by all standards, and so is their knowledge. They did this using something that the elves still try to maintain but have given up on. And these things were called mythlars. Or mythalar. I'm going to call it a mythlar. Mythlars were magical orbs that harnessed such raw power that it could do things like level a forest in an instant, or cut the top of a mountain off and let that mountain float around like a sky castle, which was one of the things that the Netherese did and how they sort of maintained their empire for the thousands of years that they did. But one of the other things that these things could do was control the weather. And Nas and also Scant feel that if we can get our hands on one of these, it might be a way to either combat her or thwart her and what she does. But whether she knows about that or whether that's even something that's in her plans, I don't know. He will speculate for going on 6 hours about this. I've listened to it. I've fallen asleep and woken back up while he's still talking about it. So I'm saving you some of his rhetoric and theorizing. But my goal is to try to get my hands on one of those. And the only place I can guesstimate there is one is under the glacier from the records we found. If she's making sure this whole place is covered in ice, maybe that's the case.
Are these things located all around the world, or are they all located in this region?
So there's a very famous one that I know I'm not doing villains voice, I'm sorry, but there's a very famous one that many of you probably would have heard about in Myth Draenor, which is like an ancient and forgotten elven city that has been overrun for thousands of years by demons, and adventurers will frequently try to go into Myth Draenor and escape with like relics and ancient things. But the majority of them are either lost to history or were destroyed when these sky citadels, these like mountaintops, these flying castle mountains, crashed into the ground as the Netherese fell. She goes, and one of the mysteries is why did they fall? Like there's stories about, or myths or legends even about creatures or some sort of like malignant force that the constant tampering with magics unleashed onto the world, and that the Netherese had to battle them, and in the end lost, and that's why they like disappeared. Some say they went to another plane. Some say they were just all destroyed, and some say that these Mythlars may have been taken with them, or maybe were taken by whatever it was that came after them. And as this sinks in, Angjak, who's like, breaches the surface, and then everybody sees like bright light for a second, and then dives down in the water, and he goes, "Whoa, that does sound a little similar to the stories that Ang would say about how in the old days there were things that like got frozen in the ice, and then it was our job to make sure it stayed frozen. So maybe this has something to do with that.
Any idea where those things are?
He says, "Well, remember how I told you that we try to avoid those things because it's best to not go near them? Yeah. So, I mean, I kind of know where some of those things are, but I don't want to go near them."
I say we get one.
I don't know if that's a good idea. I mean, I can bring you closer, I guess. But I don't want to go near it because Ong said not to, and I always do what Ong said.
And how long ago was that?
Well,
Times may
uh,
have changed. Might be time to start looking at grabbing these things. Because I don't think, especially knowing that you don't like the bird that Oral flies around, I don't think you're a big fan of Oral. So this might be
no,
something that's needed to.
you're right, but I think so. So oral is something that I know how to avoid. These other things, they're they may be scarier. They're they're I just they scare me. Like I said, sometimes Ong would say, if the ice has claimed it, then let the ice have it.
Yeah, except the ice is starting to charge forward. All right,
Vanilla,
so I
Vanilla Ice
guess.
Ice Baby starts playing.
Right, nice. It's like, oh shit, she's already here. So I think we're gonna like I don't know if we can scout around this area once we get there, or what, but
So I think I explained it, but sometimes I don't explain so well. There is an old dock, big because it was built for frost giants, but there is an old dock that I can pull up alongside of, and I'm pretty sure you guys can get off there. But once you do that, I'm gonna dive back down, and I'll surface periodically to find out if you need me. But um, but I'm not gonna hang out because that bird's not cool either. What do you guys want me to do?
Well, if you can stay within 120 feet approximately of that dock, I should be able to send you a message when we need you to resurface.
Oh,
So you don't have to resurface at all.
oh, nice. What kind of message? Will it be nice?
Of course, it'll be a nice message. You'll hear my
Oh,
voice. I'll be
that's
talking to you.
you have a nice voice. Thank you.
So stay within 120 or so feet of the dock and stay underwater.
I
And I'll be
promise.
able to communicate with you.
I promise. Unless I find some really good krill, and then I'll be right back. But I really like krill.
That's fine.
Okay. All right. So we can say that like this conversation happened maybe on the second day or between the first and the second day, but I want to make sure that if there's further questions or concerns, I mean, it's this is I as the person running the game, I know it seems like as you guys are asking questions, it's just you're unveiling more questions, you're not getting answers, but that's part of this. So what's the plan?
I know it feels like you guys aren't getting any answers, and that's because you probably aren't getting any answers.
That's
Well,
because
I mean,
I'm withholding them.
or
I
maybe the
mean, that
characters you're
sounds like
asking
a
don't know.
you thing.
I'm serious.
So I guess we're like the two things are we're either going to the fortress or we're checking out the power thing that he knows about one of.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. So, if you're still talking about those Mythlar things, I'm not sure that's what I meant. I meant that there's actual things trapped in the
Oh,
ice.
like other things, like what we just came across,
Well,
like the
what?
ship.
No. I mean like bad things, like
Oh well,
like
yeah,
the
we don't want the bad things.
well. So I'm sorry. So when you were talking about letting the bad things out. That's why I said I don't know if that's what you should do. Um, that sounds bad. That sounds
Well,
real bad.
yeah, it's more of the getting the things to stop the bad things.
Well,
Oh,
they
oh,
might not be innately bad. They could just be used by bad people.
Or they could be innately bad. It could be that.
Could be that.
There is a chance.
wild speculation. I love it. All right. Well, so if we don't have to go see the bad things in the ice, I appreciate that. So, what I would suggest is
Oh,
let's.
okay. Now I understand because they were trapped in the ice. Are they
Yes.
like water creatures or something?
Again, Ang never told me. She just said, like, when she was riding, she would point to them. And we just felt this sort of, well, I can't say we, but I did not feel good being near him. Like, it just felt wrong. I, I don't know if you understand that or not, but like, it just felt wrong. And Ang would say, don't, don't tamper with this. Leave it alone. Let the ice have it. And then we'd go away and I would feel better. And then it made sense that I wouldn't go back there.
Okay.
So you would feel bad, but Ang wouldn't feel it? Or did she say that she did feel it too?
Well, Ong was an old lady with like a lot of wrinkles, and sometimes it was hard to tell. Like, was she smiling, or was she frowning, or was she doing both, or, or I don't know. There were a lot of wrinkles, and when she was up in the bubble, where it's like where you were right now, I couldn't see her because I don't have eyes up there.
And can you explain exactly how bad felt? Did you feel sick? Did you feel tired? Did you feel depressed? Did you feel in pain?
Hmm. I I
Did you
didn't.
feel scared?
Yes. And then I didn't feel good.
Cool. Here we are with those not getting answers again.
Okay, you're also dealing with a creature with an intelligence of like 4. So like
Come on.
work with it.
Whales are extremely smart.
You know what? You know what? Give me a nature check. Whoever wants to do it, give me a nature check. No, Valkyrie, you pull your head back in from drowning yourself out of the bubble for just a minute and catch some of this, and and you just go. When you say not good, do you mean like the extreme opposite of how happy you are when you find good krill? And and Angjak would say, "Yeah, kind of like everything's empty and I can't get food and also scared."
Yeah, guys, we're dealing with Rain Man, so
I can
$100.
count like a motherfucker.
$100.
So Ziada, you actually might be right. It might be like innately evil. This stuff.
Yeah, like, do we know if it's a creature or an item? Do you have it, like, could you sense that, or was it just whatever's in there is either a living thing or not a living thing, or maybe it was a living thing or something, but it was bad, and I don't know.
Well, so the more we talk about this, and like and Angjak like breaches again, like, and you guys are on the surface for a moment, and then go back under, and everything
We
goes
all
jet
hold our
black.
breath
Except
again.
you're like, oh wait, we don't have to do it.
Hold on for another 3
Angjak
hours.
Angjak goes,
Con checks.
well, the more that we talk about this, you're kind of, well, we're day 2 still, so you guys already made your checks. More that we talk about this, I'm kind of having a memory of that time that we went, and so apart from the feeling that I got, there was there was a moment when Ang, like, she raised her hand or she did something because I felt the movement when you guys moved. I could feel you on the boat. But she did something. It was very subtle, and there was light, and the light traveled towards where this bad feeling was, and it illuminated these dark forms. And I don't know that I saw much, but what I did see kind of made me think of bugs.
We
That's
should
all I have.
definitely go and get one. Bugs are just like the krill on the land.
I should also say very big bugs.
Thank you for explaining that further.
You're welcome. All right, so you guys going to the island, or what are you doing?
I want to kill a big bird.
Yeah, I think we're heading that way, and we'll see what happens at that point. To the
Okay.
Island.
To the Island. All right, so I am going to. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but let's see what happens. Copy all of you guys.
And this is after like 3 days, you said?
So we're going to go to day 3.
Okay.
I'm going to have everybody, because it's only going to take about half the day of day 3. I'm not going to make you make the full checks, so don't worry about it. But I'm going to bring you guys to Grimscale Island. If I can find it. Because if I can't find it, then we can't go there. Nope, that's not it. That's another cool map I get to bring you guys to, but not yet. I'm sorry. I'm bringing you guys to the island of Solstice, is where I'm bringing you. And I'm going to deposit you in the water. Where did that just bring one of you? Loki, it's just you. I just brought you, apparently, for some reason.
Bye, Loki.
It's neat. I see the boat, though.
Good luck.
Or the whale.
There we go. Copy. There we go. All right, everybody's here. Do this. Let's bring you guys over here. Again. this. All right. Let me know if you guys can see things.
Yes.
I can still see.
Okay, cool. Do you guys find yourself on a giant ruined dock right there? In fact, might I might have a little bit of stuff and things I can share with you.
The boats that we can see, are they actually there or no? We don't see boats.
So those the ones that are over here to your left are just destroyed, but they are the hulls of boats that look ancient and untouched for centuries. But the ice around them have just where the boat that you were able to explore was just wedged on that piece of ice for seemingly centuries. These look like they just continually get trapped between the ice and just like food between teeth, just chopped and chawed up. So basically, you guys arrive. Angjak pulls up out of the water, and you see this dock that's built out of both timber and ice, but sections of it have broken or fallen away into the sea. The dock itself was scaled for frost giant longships, so like massive Viking-esque ships. And so in order to get to the top, I am going to need a climb check from everybody, or you can aid each other or whatever you want to do, but to get to the top of it.
Is that what? Athletics, acrobatics?
Athletics. Sorry, athletics. Well, so remember too that like you have some people that are very good at things and some people that are not. So maybe people can aid each other. And this isn't something I'll tell you guys right now. It's just like I mean, if somebody fucks up bad enough and you fall in the water, we're gonna have to deal with that. But if you work together, I think you should be able to get through this pretty easy. But if you all roll ones, I mean, maybe you got to go spend another day drying it off on Armstrong.
Like that?
Mm-hmm.
I need help.
But the good news, I can't fall in the water because I've got the hover ring.
If anybody can make the athletics check to climb up, you can just drop a rope down, and everybody else can just climb up easily enough.
I also rolled a 1.
Oh,
This
wow!
shit's slippery.
All right,
Unchuck, this
so
is not the
Loki
place
and
you
or
should have brought us.
Fizzgig, it's all up to you right now.
Yeah,
You guys aren't really good at climbing, are you?
you aren't really good at
Do I have
finding
to
good
use
spots to
portent
be.
already?
Nope. Oh, wait, Zieta, what was the second roll for? Oh, for Fizzgig. Fizzgig gets up there. Loki, are you going to try to get up there too, or are you just going to wait for the rope that Fizzgig can drop down?
I
This
should
thing just
have.
needs to Iron Man his way up there.
I'm Well, he's up there, right? So
Yeah. So
good.
somebody made it up, so it's okay. So Fizzgig gets up there, drops a rope down, and everybody else is able to climb up the rope easy enough. And as you get to the top of it, Angjak kind of like goes, "All right, friends, I will stay around here, but just know I'm not going to stay near the surface because I don't want to be lunch. Good luck."
Thanks.
And dives back down into the water.
All
As
right,
you guys stand... Oh, sorry.
No, go nuts. You go.
I'm going to Yu-Gi-Oh all over it. As you guys stand there at the back of the dock, gross. At the back of the dock, you see giant size steps climbing to the top of 50-foot high cliffs. So basically, think of when I read this, I just thought of like the ice wall in Game of Thrones. Not as tall, but just like this sheer surface that somebody at some point, the frost giants, just cut steps into so that you could walk up. But the steps are easily like 5 to 6 foot tall. You guys can manage them. You don't have to make climbs, and the ice is like rimed enough that and has like hoarfrost on it, so it's not like it's ice where you're going to fall down. You can easily climb up it, but it just looks like it's going to take some time to get to the top. And then rising above these cliffs is this massive tower that, just as Professor Scant said, is the face of this like sort of intimidating skull that's standing there. And I would love to show you guys some pictures. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
Great. We're attacking Skeletor's castle.
First thing I thought, man. At first time I was like, oh my god, they're going to Skeletor's face. That's what they're going towards.
Ice Skeletor.
Isotor. Skeletice.
Work in progress. We'll get
Mm-hmm. It's a total whip at this point. Yep. All right. So as you're standing there, I'd like actually everybody give me a perception check for a couple reasons. Novakri on point. Harvest on point.
Well, you notice a lot when you're dropping from the cliff.
Loki, all right, cool. Ziada, got a fizz gig in there. Wow.
Ziada actually.
Oh, I'm sorry, fizz gig with the 12. Ziada with the nat
Are
20.
you important to have Fizzgig not see this?
You have fizz gig. You shouldn't notice
Wait,
this.
no, because I think you're giving him the same number.
Damn it.
Yeah, he rolled an 8.
Oh,
replacing
he
it with
rolled
an
8? Oh, I thought he was rolling the critical.
No.
I was like, no.
No, yeah.
He's new. He can't show us up. Brand new guy. Killing the dragon, getting high rolls.
So,
Getting up the ice wall, not getting kicked in yet.
so, couple things. The first thing that everybody notices, even Fizzgig, is that Professor Scant wasn't wrong. The temperatures as you guys climb up and get out of like the sort of safety bubble that you were in on Angjak are frigid, like below anything that you had experienced while in 10 towns yet. Anybody who is wearing the boots of the Winterland, this will not affect you, or seemingly will not affect you yet. Everybody who's just wrapped in winter furs, you're okay for now, but the longer you stay exposed, the more chances that you will have to make con checks. It's not going to be an every hour thing, but it may be because of battle, it may be because of a wound suffered, it may be, could be because of several things. But the temperatures on this island are effectively beyond extreme cold, and the sort of the nastiness that entails just surrounds the fact that the god of cold herself lives on this island. The other thing that you notice, actually, this is when Fizzgig stops to notice things, is that everything around the island, about 200 feet out past the island, which is in the shape of like a giant snowflake, which is the symbol of Oral, everything goes into like a foggy, obscured mist. And you realize that, not knowing how far up that mist goes, that basically if this island moves and it's always surrounded by this wall of obscuring mist, it would become increasingly hard to find by anybody who wasn't able to traverse under that, aka Angjak. And then the third thing that everybody notices, except for Fizzgig, is that perched at the top of the about a couple stairs up, maybe 7 or 8 stairs up, is a little figure, kind of humanoid in shape. It seems to have a tail, small wings on its back, and it is effectively the color of the snow and ice around it. And as you guys notice it, it notices you guys, and it looks down at you, and it picks up this tiny hand that's got 5 fingers, 4 fingers, and a thumb, and it waves, and then it puts its hand back down, and it sits there.
And this is at near the bottom of the stairs?
Yeah, so like game wise, it's probably 20, 30 feet up from you, but it's going up on stairs. So like if you're like 10 feet away from the stairs or whatever, I'll say you guys get on the dock and walked up to the stairs at this point. It's like a 45-degree angle kind of thing. So, like 30 feet up, but 30 feet away kind of way.
All right. I'm sorry. Did you say, are these stairs like big stairs or stairs that we could climb?
You guys can climb the stairs with it will take time, but because of their construction and the fact that they have like a rough surface to them, there's no concern of like slipping on them. So it will just take time, but you can climb the stairs.
Well, I mean, that's unless we want to like circle around and see if there's anything else. Are we jumping in to start climbing?
I'm always a fan of seeing if there's anything else. Maybe the owl can fly.
If he's not just like, nah, fuck that, I'm bundled up. I don't feel like opening my wings.
Fair enough. And just for scale on this map, because I just realized I didn't explain this to you guys, and you guys are clearly,
that,
yeah, you guys are clearly taking up 5-foot squares right now. So a square on this is effectively 200 feet, like 200 by 200 by 200 by 200 feet.
Oh, that's different.
It's a much bigger place. Yes.
All right. I guess. Do we see anything other than that giant place? Anything of interest?
There's a little snow-colored humanoid sitting on the stairs, waving at you.
All right. So up we go.
What languages does everybody speak?
Some of them.
I speak some of them.
Celestial, Common, Elvish, and Giant.
Gith and Quarry.
Right.
And we've got
I
and
can
halfling.
add Druidic and Dwarvish to those.
Okay.
and Gnomish, Goblin, and Undercommon for Fizzgig. So we have, like, I think the only one that we have in common is Common.
Ramen. And then
No, I have
what about
giant.
Loki?
Okay, so we do have little
And
secret.
Just
Elvish.
have
Okay.
halfling and common.
Why bother
I just
learning
wanna-
other languages? It's a halfling. I mean, fuck it. I can order pie in whatever language.
I just want to see one thing about
They
that.
get it.
It's one of those words that's universal.
Right.
So the little figure, as you guys start to move towards the stairs, just goes, "Oh, newcomers! Oh, haven't had many of you around for a while. What are you doing here?"
We're looking for something.
What are you looking for? Maybe I can help.
Do you know of anything that can clear up any ice?
Your
Just-
butt.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Clear up ice. Well, I mean, most of the island's made of ice. What do you mean?
So the opposite of that.
The opposite of your butt? I'm just kidding. Um, I don't know. I mean, I don't know of anything here that does that. This place is always cold. That's why I like it.
So you're here voluntarily?
Mm, yeah, I guess. What's your name? I'm Sopo.
Sopo, I am Ziada.
Hi, Ziada. But, what about the rest of you? What are you called?
I give him my name.
Oh, hello, Harvest. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
I don't provide a name or say anything.
Oh, he's a scary stranger. That's also a woman. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said he. Oh,
Are you a good beastie or a bad beastie?
that's always subjective, isn't it?
I just stare at
Insight
him like
check.
this.
Wait, did you put something in chat? Because I did like
Yeah.
I was. Oh, I thought something was going to pop up. I was hold on. I want to see. I just saw it.
I'm
He's
eye
like,
to eye with him, by the way, I'm guessing.
you would actually if you were to stand next to him, I'm going to say that he's still a little bit Sopo's still a little bit above you guys as you started to climb up, but you're basically there. You're bigger than him. He's not tiny, but
I'm
he's
looking at
somewhere
him at
between yeah,
the
tiny and
same
small.
angle.
Yeah, that's epic.
Oh, and who's your friend there with the gray skin? Who's that?
That's Chip.
Oh, hi,
Chip
Chip.
Chip Normandy.
I like his name. I'm not going to make fun of it. Chip Normandy. It's got a nice ring to it. Um, so yeah. I mean, I'm kind of bored. I've been here for a while, and the island moves, but not much else. So, I mean, what do you guys want to do? I'm willing to
Well,
help.
you're saying you're bored. What do you do here?
Um, I exist. Like that's it, really. I'm here, and I kind of like sometimes I zap stuff and make it cold. I try not to get eaten because there's some things that'll eat you that live here. And yeah, that's it. There's nowhere else to go because if I leave, I don't know where to go. So I'm just here.
Do you need to
Would
be in
this
the
creature
cold?
be
I like the cold. It's my favorite.
would this creature be considered humanoid or no?
It's a humanoid shape. I don't have the stat block in front of me to know. You know what? I'll look it up. But it's a small humanoid shape, but it has a tail and wings.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
You look at it, and as you get closer, you also notice that it has like a really elongated nose. Um, excuse me, but yeah, it's got a humanoid body. I mean, I don't know. You know what? Let me pull this up. I would say that you guys could make a knowledge. What do you like? I don't have Tasha's in front of me. So what do you think a knowledge about the planes would be? Arcana or nature? I could go either way on that.
Yeah, I was thinking more Arcana.
Okay. So anybody that wants to give me a knowledge arcana, I might be able to give you a little more information about this thing.
In nines tonight.
Oh, wait. So first of all, Novakri blew that out of the water, so nobody else really needs to roll. I did you roll the insight against this creature to see if it was being legit?
Yeah, when I asked if it was good beastie or bad beastie.
It seemed to be honest in the sense that when it said, "Isn't that subjective?" it was being honest with that answer. And the creature has not done anything malign towards you at this point. Beyond that, mm, I don't know what else you would be able to glean from that. But Novakri, with a 22, you realize that this is an ice method.
Because I keep quiet and watch.
You and Loki are giving the big eye stare like at this thing. But yeah, and you know what? I will say that if you would like to know something about it, you can ask 2 questions and I'll answer them.
Uh, I can't think of any questions.
Is it humanoid?
So I'll answer that. You know, if the group wants to help out with it, that's fine. If the question is it humanoid, it is a humanoid shape, but it is actually an elemental, a
Okay,
small elemental.
thank you.
And so the group can ask one other question.
I'm almost wondering about asking how it got here, or if it would.
Oh no, you can. I'm sorry. You can ask it that question, and maybe it'll give you some more. But
Yeah,
I
it's
just
not
meant
a
like as
right.
far as like stats and stuff goes, I can answer. I will answer another stat or like stat block kind of question, like like weaknesses,
Right.
strengths, actions,
Advantages,
etc. Yeah.
etc. Um,
And if not, not. I'm just giving you guys the option to maybe know more. That's all. I really love the idea of um, encounters where you can make a knowledge check to kind of like know more about what you're dealing with instead of being like surprised by it. That's all.
uh, does anyone know more about methods of like? Are they just neutral sort of things, or if it's like a with your studies? Do you know that it's like, yeah, usually they're just like tricksters and dicks, but whatever.
You know what? You can just ask. You could ask the question, "What is their alignment?" And I could tell you that.
We also have an orb that has tons of knowledge.
That's true. But yeah, I don't know if like Mike has like a different question or whatever, or
Yeah,
stat
Mike, do you
question.
want? You were the one who made the roll, so do you want to have like a specific question about Sopo, or
I ask
um,
whatever they pass me the questions to ask.
everybody gives him a bowl with little strips of paper. He reaches in and just pulls out 2. So I'll tell you
Scenes
this
from a
because yeah, I'll tell you this that ice mephits are small elementals. Their actual size puts them somewhere between tiny and small, but they are small. They're rated as small, and that they are normally neutral evil. Neutral evil doesn't necessarily mean they're going to cut your throat in the night. Neutral evil means they're always going to look
good.
out for their best intentions, and they're always going to make sure that they get out of it and not you. That's neutral evil. Um, I think the only other thing that I will say is that just for shits and gigs, just so you know, they are also immune to cold and poison damage. And I wonder if they gave me a picture for this. Maybe I can show you what Sopo looks like. They didn't do that, so I gotta do it this way. Hold on, let's see if it's this way. That's what they look like, or that's what Sopo looks like. He goes, "Oh, so what do you need? Or how can I help? Because I'm bored, and you look like you won't make me bored anymore."
He just looks neutral evil.
Have you been to that Skull Palace?
Oh, that's where Aura lives. I try to avoid it because when she's mad, things things get broken. You know what I mean? And by broken, I also mean dead. And so I like to not be dead. So I try to avoid that. But there's lots of other things around here.
You say there's lots of other things, but you also said that you were bored. Are you bored here a lot?
I've been here for a while. Um, like we don't have clocks, and I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but days don't end, or they don't start, or they just don't. And that makes it really hard to know how long you've been here. And I've been here for a while.
Do you like it here? Or is it just you're living here because it's cold and you
Oh,
can?
um, so I was somewhere else once, and then I was here, and I don't know why, but that's what happens. Like I, I, I'm guessing maybe I got pulled here for some reason, and by powers more powerful than me. I mean, I know I look powerful, but I'm not. And so, yeah, so that's what that. And but I mean, so I'm here, and it's cold, and it's nice, but it's also very, very dull. We don't get a lot of visitors.
Would you like
I
to
mean,
shake some things up? Maybe get some more visitors?
maybe. I mean, do you guys need a tour guide? I can show you around. I can tell you about what's here.
Absolutely.
All right. Well,
And he does this little thing, and it makes it like he passes his arms over, like his hands over his arms and his chest, and this little um like like top coat of ice forms over himself, and he's like,
well, welcome to here. Um, I guess Oral calls this her island of solstice. So welcome to the island of solstice. That over there, he points to the giant tower. That's Grimscal, and that's where she lives. Also, good luck with that. Um, I can tell you that there are a number of very interesting shipwrecks all around this island. Some of them have some really valuable stuff on it, but it's all too big for me and I can't get it. So, I mean, if you want it, have it, I guess. You got to go through the water though, but I mean, whatever, up to you. Um, what else can I tell you? The Oral, or as she likes to be called, the Frostmaiden, has created a beautiful garden of ice sculptures all over the island. They're so beautiful one would weep, but if you did that, it would freeze to your face and you'd bleed. So there's that. Um, and then there's really big, hairy, smelly things that live here too. And one in particular is very mean. Um, but what was his name? I met him once and he tried to eat me. Korgra. Yes, big, hairy, smelly, and not nice. Not nice at all.
Do you know any of the ships that you were talking about? Do you know what ones might have some more valuable items?
Hmm. Um. Well, I guess. I guess there's. Let me think. Well, that one has some nasty things. That one has some nasty things. That one's just boards. And then there's um yeah, there's maybe like two or three that are interesting enough. And there's another one that actually made it on shore and then drifted back out again. But it's all the way across the island. It's the other side of the island if you want to go see that. I think somebody died too. I could be wrong, but I think somebody died.
I'm sure there's been some deaths.
Probably more than one. You're right.
All right. So do we
What?
want to try and maybe scout out some ships? See if we can maybe get over to them. See what we can do.
What does nasty things mean? Like
Oh,
things that will try to eat us, hurt us, kill us?
I knew you were the smart one. You are definitely the smart one. That's exactly what that means, or worse. I mean, like real terrible, like cut your throat and poop in it kind of stuff. Bad, bad. Interesting, but bad.
They'll make you fall in love with them, and then they'll break your heart. It takes a while.
And then they'll call you back up after 6 months and you'll think it's a thing again, and then they'll do it again. Oh, they're the worst.
All those Dennises.
I thought you said dentists for a minute, and I was like, that's hilarious.
Same.
Especially because of like the 6 month checkup. That's fucking hilarious. Oh. But,
So
yes. So what would you like to do? Like I said, I'm happy. I'm bored, so I'm happy to show you whatever you'd like.
Have you seen Oral out here flying around recently?
Oh, she leaves every night. Should I say that? Yes, every night. I think because again, time and light or not light. When it's dark, she leaves, and then she
And
comes back, and then I don't
and
see her
about how
until it's
long?
dark again.
How long does it take her to come back? About.
She's gone most of the night, most of the darkness. It's
Okay.
not hard to miss her because she's on this giant bird who just, well, he squawks a lot and he shits, but when he shits, it looks like snow. So you never know that you're going to sit in. You step in it, and it's just like, oh, stepped in it. Thank God I can fly.
And she hasn't left yet for the evening. DM, do we have a sense of what time of day is it? Like, is it midday? Is it morning?
I thought you were the smart one. Clearly the sun is up. It's daytime, dum dum.
I was asking the DM, but okay.
Oh. But I felt more, it was more fun for me to respond to Sopo.
So is it's morning or midday?
Give me a wisdom check. Brushing it. So the sun has progressed over the eastern horizon, and then got basically stuck about 3 or 4 inches above the horizon, like it does every day here in the north.
With that said, you realize you probably have somewhere to the tune of the next 5 to 6 hours before it starts to go back down and it gets into darkness again.
Okay. And now
Alright, so
I'm asking the creature, um, you when you see Oral, you only see her when she's leaving and coming back. You don't ever she's never just out and about tending the frost sculptures or anything.
Well, occasionally she'll be out, and like she'll be creating sculptures. Yes, that's true. But I think that's on the nights that she's done early, or maybe special occasions. But generally speaking, no. But you do ask a good question. Are there other things on the island? Um, Occasionally her acolytes will come. I love that word, acolyte. It just sounds like something that a rapper would say. Acolyte. Maybe somebody named Nas would do that. But anyways, I haven't seen them for a while, but they're here. You'll hear chanting. That's what they love to do. Chant, 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 chant. Oral this, oral that. She's the best. We love her. Great. Blah 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 blah. It's so much sometimes. You're not a talkative group, are you?
Okay. Well, I am less interested in checking out the boats. I feel like if there's anything good in the boats, they're probably guarded by the nasty beasties. Um, I'm less interested in getting damaged. Um,
Well, I
the,
mean, like I said, there are a few that are good. Um, so and then there are ones that are just not. The ones that are not, those are bad. Those are very bad.
I'm thinking just sort of stealthy mission, finding a way into this tower, potentially coming across Oral when she's not on her bird, potentially coming across the bird when Oral is not on it. I'm assuming the bird is also in the tower. Is that
As
correct?
far as I know, yes, yes.
So we might want to kind of sneak up on the bird at least and kill it while it's not in flight, while it's in the tower.
Oh, you're going to try to kill her bird? Oh, you are interesting people, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
Technically, I apologize. If you didn't say that out loud, you didn't say that out loud. So,
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I am talking to the group, and if it can hear me, it can hear me. Um,
They say that Oral knows everything that happens on her island. So maybe she knows you said that. I don't know. I'm not her. All I know is you are the most interesting things I've seen in quite some time.
what are you looking for here? What would you like to have been received?
um, Entertainment? It gets
Okay.
boring here. Very boring.
What sorts of things do you find entertaining?
Hmm, the usual.
Killing a god's animal
Oh,
companion?
I hadn't even thought of that. I was I was thinking, I don't know, I was thinking maybe some cards, good conversation, maybe a good stab in the back periodically, but just the ordinary. Why'd you go to a tavern, really, right? Just watch it, take it in. What do they call it? Reality watching? Yes, that.
Stab in the back, huh?
Alright, he'll take point.
Well, I mean, absolutely. As a tour
That's what
guide,
a
I
tour
would
guide
absolutely
does.
go in front. Yes. I'm just. Wait. Before you judge me, are you telling me if you were in a bar or a tavern or some hideout, and an argument broke out, and people just, stabbed each other, you wouldn't go and watch? It's entertainment, is it not?
Oh, at no point was that said. I just wouldn't
Oh,
stab
oh,
someone in the back when I can stab them in the face.
oh, you are a bold one, aren't you?
Yeah, I feel like an answer to kind of Jen, your like thought process. I'm just wondering if we want to go after the bird, or if we want to let the bird take Oral away, and then because the goal here was the ice breaking thing, so that we can. I forget
I think
exactly
I
what it
think
is. We have to bring it back, break the ice,
that
get something under there, and then we can take on Oral.
so
Gotcha.
Valen will jump in and say that the codicil of white, which is the holy text that Scant was talking about,
Oh,
is
okay.
in Grimscale, and that's why like Oral's devotees will like pilgrimage here to go through the trials to get her like
So
her
we're
favor.
we're getting that book
You are going to attempt to either get so
allegedly.
villain says either you need to get the book or you have to go through the trials to get the magic that it grants. She's
Okay.
she's she's unsure which because and even Professor Scant is like no one knows enough to be able to answer that question at this point. All they
Right.
have is speculation.
And Velen believes that she can potentially, using the Codex of White, that she could potentially end the plague of winter on these lands, or
She
do we need
believes
that
yeah.
to get to the thing that allows her to do that?
She believes that if all of you aid her or all of you go through the trials and get access to this power that's necessary to open or get underneath the Ragged Glacier, that that is where effectively one of these mythlars mythlars is kept, and its ability to control the weather would allow at a minimum to battle what Oral is doing and put a stop to it. That is her plan, or that is what she's pitched to you.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, do we have any concept of what these like challenges are to even do them?
So what Professor Scant has said is that they are challenges that epitomize the sort of coldness and cruelty that the that Oral sort of emanates in her godhood. So, like the coldness of ice, the cruelty of winter, the suffering of hypothermia. Those are like the emblems or like the blazons of like what epitomizes Oral, and that these challenges and tests must be things that test those qualities in others. What Scant also said was it is rumored, though, that there's the possibility that if you as a group go and interact with this, that rather than each of you having to go through each of the trials, there could be a chance that if you like, classic seance, everybody link hands and then put something in the pot, only one of you will have to undergo one of the trials at a time. However, the trials are potentially deadly, and that is either a way to be done with the trials quicker and safer, or more of you could perish in the process, which was why he was so flippant in saying, you're kind of on a death's errand right now.
Yeah, I
So
think
what are we thinking?
Like, I think with that sort of thing, like, we want to just be able to get in there and get that sort of stuff. So, like, my thought process is let Oral get out of here,
Uh-huh.
and, like, then we kind of try and get into the tower and do that. Because, I mean, if she sees everything and knows everything on the island, that's one thing. But even further, going into her tower, it's like, I just wonder if we want to kill some time and then let night come and then try and sneak in there.
We'll have like approximately, and we'll have the almost the evening because she's gone for almost the entire night.
Right.
Well, remember, where daylight is only like 8 hours here, and then she takes off shortly thereafter for like what is it? We have 14-hour stint or whatever. 8 to 12 is 4, so it'd be like, yeah, you guys would basically have 14 to 16 hours at that point once she leaves,
Okay.
as opposed to like the 6 to 8 hours you're currently looking at.
Right. And we don't know yet that we actually have to do the trials to be able to access the power in this text.
No, you're fairly certain that's something you're going to have to be subjected to in one way or another.
Okay. Cool.
The other thing, though, is that you do have the unique ability right now to potentially explore some of this island, even though she's here with her in a weakened state. So that's the other thing to consider.
Then let's explore.
All right. So on the map that I think you guys can see all of right now, the dotted, like, blue line that leads off of the coastline from where you guys are is basically the frost giant stairwell slash pathway that's been constructed to go to Grimscale. The rest of the island, clearly you can see the shipwrecks, but they're quote unquote ice gardens several places around. There are some caves that clearly Sopo has said that there's some problematic entities in. And Sopo will also say that he'll also say,
Oh, and also, before I forget to say it, there's a very, very spectacular, um, um, what should I say? Uh, garden of ice on the far side of the island as well. That is, it's truly breathtaking, I think is the best thing to say.
and with that, I'm going to hit pause. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break and then think about what you want to do.
I think breathtaking means we're all going to get turned to ice.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna steal our breath or something.
Yeah, we're going to suffocate and then freeze.
Right. It's just the Medusa's garden, but ice.
Exactly. It's exactly what I thought of when he said ice sculptures. I was
Right.
like, okay.
Quote unquote sculptures. I'm sure Oral is an artist.
Uh-huh. So you think, do you want to explore ships first?
Yeah.
They're not technically on the island, so we could technically do that without Oral being quite aware, but they are
Potentially, yeah.
in water.
The yeah, I mean, like, I don't really, like, we can go past, like, any gardens or something unless anyone wants to check them out, but it's more of like yeah, we can see those on the way and leave the caves with the nasty things alone and just go to the boats that might have something of value.
Yeah. I mean, we also don't really know if this thing is going to lead us to, like, it's just looking to be entertained. It could lead us to the nasty things, so we just have to be prepared for that.
Yeah, we don't know if he's a little tricksy guy.
Are you guys listening to the troll song from Frozen?
No, are you?
I hear it playing
Of
right now, so
course.
maybe it's just because I've watched it so many times with my daughter at this point that
Yeah,
it's just
it's
stuck in my
just
brain. I don't know.
it's just on repeat in your head, and it's just like, I think that's you, Tom.
I think that's you, Tom. Fixer upper. Fix this fixer upper with a little love.
Well, now we hear it.
I think it's amazing that this fun song is being played as you guys are standing on the island of an evil god.
Isn't that what Frozen was about?
I don't know. I think it was just a misunderstood girl with frost powers. And then the second one got kind of deep and melodic, and also I didn't really get it.
Yeah, I didn't see
You
the second
wouldn't.
one.
Although in the second one, I was a huge fan of like the '80s ballad with Sven, with all the reindeer and Kristoff. If you haven't seen it, it's amazing. It's like a journey song, basically.
Don't stop believing in the power of love, and then she can melt the ice again. All right. So, what we were deciding was to kind of stay away from the caves of the nasty things that tried to eat Sopo.
Okay, I could do that.
Maybe we'll if we can see the gardens as we walk by, great. It's not something that we're looking to go out of our way for, but we're just looking for maybe any different ship that has any sort of thing that you would think is of value that you were mentioning before.
Oh. Do you guys want to check out any of the ice gardens or anything as well? I mean, what? Yeah, I guess we can make that happen. And
Yeah, like
also, like I
if
said, there was the place on the other side of the island where I think somebody died recently, like maybe a couple of months.
is it is that might is that something that might be on the way to one of the
Hmm.
ships?
Hmm. Let me think. Um, why doesn't somebody roll me a D8?
Said the DM.
What are you talking about, Sopo? The fuck? You all right?
No, I've been here for a long time. And I told
Apparently,
you I'm bored.
I don't even understand.
All right. So Sopo will say,
Well, most of the ships that are like near here have bad things on them. So, we would have to go to the other side of the island, and
That's
that's
where
going
you
to
said
take us
some of
by
the
some
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's where you said some of the stuff was anyway. So perfect.
Right. So I mean, like, I'm just saying that, like, I'm thinking we might be able to take it all in on one of these tours, but like, are you gonna try to make it back here in time for, like, sunset so you can leave, or what? I don't. I mean, I just want to know what the plan is so I'm not messing you guys up. That's all.
Oh yeah, we're trying to circle back around. Maybe hang around until sunset. Maybe see Oral leave. Just kind of interested in the process that she takes.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Well, um, I think I think what we're probably gonna have to do is do some math to figure out time, spacage, but also, let's do this. So, um, it probably makes the most sense for you to follow the path. Well,
Makes
actually, you
perfect
know what?
sense.
You know what? I'm thinking. What if what if you called your whale buddy back and he could bring us around the island and we could get there quicker?
Uh, I mean,
Or you could spend several hours walking. I mean, whatever you want to do.
would it like? Do we know that it would be quicker?
Oh, I'm telling you, it would be.
I don't think I want to risk him.
Yeah, I think the best plan would be to walk because then we'll be able to take in all the sights. At this point, I think we want to use your knowledge as a tour guide.
We got time.
Plenty of time. All we got is time. All right, hold on. Calculator. What is the general speed for a person is 30. They can double move at 60. So let's go clear that and go clear that. 200 divided by 60 equals 3. So it's going to take roughly 3 rounds to get across a square. And so if we go 3 rounds, it's a little more than that, but clear that. And if we go 3 rounds times, come back here, just do some crazy math here. No, not doing it. Actually, Kevin, can you do me a favor and can you draw one of your like multi-segmented lines that starts where you guys are and kind of follows the path over to right about here-ish?
So are we still over here? 800. Why are you starting at 800?
It's because each square is 200 feet.
No, I know, but it was like here and like 800. Wait, what?
Oh, okay.
Because we were
No,
going over there, right? Like
I'm sorry. Is there a way rather than like the foot mark like that? Is there a way? Jesus. Is there a
like
way?
right underneath is the squares. It's 3,000
No,
is
no.
15 squares.
Oh, 15 squares. Yeah. So could you
So
just like
even if it's 15 times 3, it would take 45. Like for this one in particular.
Yeah, it would. So it would. So well, remember that in a round you have 6.
Right. So it would take 45 rounds, and that's 6. So that would be 18. So it would be 45 times 18 in that case.
And that is 45 times
And
18.
that's specifically for that one in particular, of like
18.
going from here to there.
Yeah, so that's 810, and then so if we divide that by 10, it's 81 minutes, and so 81 minutes divided by 60 is it's going to take you about an hour and a half, kind of thing. So that's things to consider, right? So like if we know that it will roughly take you following this path an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on weather and whatnot, to get to here, if you can take Ongjok somewhere, it's going to be a lot quicker.
Yeah, so it looks like it's like half an hour every 1,000 feet.
Mm.
Does that sound right?
That's probably right, I think. D&D math.
Something.
I immediately think of like Finn going, "That's mathematical."
And he creates the 4th dimension.
Yes. So think about it. So right now you guys have, what did I say? Maybe 6 hours or so until darkness. So, and currently Oral is potentially in that tower, but in a very weakened state. So you guys could effectively try to bum rush your way in there, find the book, hopefully not set off traps or issues or whatever. Sopo's happy to do that with you, like lead you guys in there, make sure you guys know where you're supposed to be. Or you could check out treasure ships and some of the other stuff on the island. But it's going to take some time. It's going to take some traversing. And I had said when you first landed that anybody that doesn't have Boots of the Winterland are right now because of like the secondary edition of what they can handle up to, there are going to need to be some con checks as time passes. Excuse me.
I'll leave it up to the group. I mean, if you guys want to take Alanjak, then let me know and I'll send him a message. If you guys want to risk traversing, I think 2 of us have Boots of the Winterlands.
Yep.
And 3 of us do not.
And technically, he's not here tonight, but I will reveal it. One of the party had immunity to cold, but they're dead.
Fizzgig is dead?
No, well, Fizzgig's prior self is dead.
Can't believe you
Okay, well, how does that help us?
He's not even here.
Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't. It just would have. It would have been a huge benefit right now.
Yeah.
But
well, Hrothgar is immune to cold. Unfortunately, he's not immune to the acid damage.
well, he's also not. Yeah, he also wasn't immune to a number of things, and nobody saved him. So yeah,
He found those out.
Oh man, that was a decent 3-episode dragon fight. I liked it. But you guys are now on the Isle of Solstice. So what do you want to do?
Why did we roll a d8?
You know, sometimes you just gotta have a V8. Sometimes you gotta roll a D8. It's just what it is.
Okay.
All right.
Sometimes the DM wants you to kill yourself, and sometimes the DM wants to kill you himself. So it depends.
Whatever the DM's mood is in.
I don't like to have the entire burden of player side on my conscience. Sometimes I want to give it to you guys as well. All right. So what are you guys doing? Are you going to go grab Angjak, or are you going to try to go to Grimscale right now during the daylight, or what are you going to do?
I think, I mean, my thoughts are avoid those, walk around, unless anyone's thinking that it's like because of the cold or whatever, because, yeah, those con checks might be issues that we might not want to deal with.
I don't know. He seemed eager to ride the whale, so I don't know.
I've never ridden a whale before.
You know what? I'm going to throw out just a real quick detect thoughts. So that would be a wisdom save of 13 for Sopo.
I'll tell you right now, this is going to be a straight D20 roll. There's no modifier on it.
Nice.
6. With a 6, Sopo's, is it surface thoughts or what does it reveal?
Yeah, at first it's surface thoughts, and then it's like it can. Oh, I'll just cast it there. But don't actually take the spell slot. I'm not casting it.
Anyway. I'll tell you what. Do me a favor. Roll me a D4.
Oh, that's not the one. I meant to do this so that you can see it. 3.
3. All right. So I'm going to give you the 3 top thoughts. The first thought is,
oh my God, am I going to get to ride a whale? That's cool. I've never done that before.
The second thought is,
these guys are going to die like everybody dies. That's so stupid. But hey, it's interesting.
And then the third thought is,
I wonder, could they beat Oral? Nah, there's too many things in here that could kill them. They're going to get dead. But I might as well watch it happen.
And that's what you get.
All right. All right, I think we can involve Anjak on this. In that case,
I cast message. Anjak, we're ready. We need a ride to the other side of the island, if you're available.
All right. And a moment passes. And a moment passes. And a moment passes. And you start to think in your mind when Arjak said, but if I find good krill, like, son of a. And as soon as you start to think that, all of a sudden the sperm whale like breaches and like with the ship on top, and he's like, "Oh, I heard your voice, and you're right. It was nice because you didn't yell at me, and I'm happy about that. So jump aboard." Oh, wait, you have a new friend too? Who's that?
Yes.
so this is someone who is interested in riding a whale and is guiding us to uh, to potential treasure around the island.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Um, sure. Yeah, jump on. Well, come on board, I guess. Well, I appreciate having you guys here, and just tell me where to go, and I'll bring you where you want to go.
All right. Well, the tour guide was the one who seemed to know.
All right, and so Sopo will
Sopo.
basically say, yeah. So Sopo will say,
Oh, well, if you can bring us to the other side of the island, there's I'll point it out, but just swim down and swim across. I think you can go under the island because I hear this thing floats, and then you'll be there. So, all right.
and so Sopo will guide everybody. Let's do this. Actually, can I just grab the group of you? I can. All right, sweet. Sopo brings you guys basically over here. And I'll do a shift click so everybody can see. So everybody comes over there, and he goes, as you guys kind of reemerge, and you guys have traveled this distance in like half the time it would have taken you to do it normally, because yes, under the island is actually hollow. It's kind of like an iceberg. Like there's some points you got to dip dive and go under or do whatever, but traveling under it is way faster than traveling over the surface, because the surface is effectively the surface. Also, there's no checks to be made for exposure to the elements, and so you guys wind up over here, and Sopo says,
Yeah, that one right there, that boat that's over there. That's where I heard there was or I saw there was a bunch of treasure. That's probably where you want to go. So, do you want to go there, or you want to get on the island? I'll show you where the dead body is, and like the really like creepy ice garden, or what do you want?
Well, I think first things first. We should check out the boat. That was the intent, at least.
Oh, okay. Hey, there, whale guy. You get us closer to that?
and Angchuk's like, "Oh, my name is Angchuk, and I will get you closer, but you can just call me Angchuk."
Okay. Well, boat guy, get me closer. All right.
And so, oh, all right, well, all right. And so they pull you closer, and I need to go back to this because, as is usual, I don't have a map for this. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna pull you guys to a map, and we're gonna use another map that we have seen before, because that's what we're gonna do. So hold on. Let's do a kind of be. Paste. Okay. Get rid of this. Over here. I did not know that you guys were going to do this tonight, so I apologize. I did not have this prepped, so bear with me, please. All right, I'm going to drag you guys to a map that may look similar because you've been here before, but it will be very different. Trust me. All right, let me know when people can see stuff and things.
Yep.
All right. Angjak brings you guys over to the boat. I'm going to say Angjak drops you off like right here. So that like right to the left, and you're easily able to hop out onto this boat. This boat is like smashed against ice that's holding it in place. Bits of it is broken apart. I want everybody to give me a perception check. Please. Ooh, a 14, a 19, a 21 for Fizzgig. Damn, Fizzgig. Chris, you're not here, but you're crushing it. Oh, Harvest. Wow, coming in strong. Hot. Ziada, a 12. All right. All of you can see what I just said. Smashed boat against the ice. The hull of this boat itself is sort of broken up a bit. But it looks like this was a boat that was laden with grain and other like sort of like sellable products, and somehow got caught in the midst of the ice and just broken apart. But you also notice that any ship like this is also laden with the rewards of those products, and some of them are still here. You see several treasure chests to the sort of like to the stern, to the aft, and to the port side, as well as something again that's over here on the starboard that immediately attracts everyone's attention except for maybe Ziada, who's just like, "Oh my god, I'm on another boat. Why the fuck am I doing this?" But everybody who rolled above a 20, so Fizzgig and Harvest, you see the water around the boat starts to broil and bubble as if things are surfacing, and creatures start to pop out of the water and jump onto the ship. And so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Harvest and who did I say? Fizzgig. Where is Fizzgig right now?
It's motherfucker. Exactly what I said. I didn't want to have it.
All right. So where Fizzgig would not get an attack of opportunity, but because your perception was high enough, Harvest, I will give you an attack of opportunity against this guy, and then we will all roll initiative. Oh, a 14, huh? Guess what? AC a 13. That's a hit. Oh, not so good on the damage, but all right. All right, Novakri, hold on one sec. I'm going to put everybody in a block, do this, and then say, oh, shit. Why did I not do it this way? Where is it? This? Get rid of this. Boom. Now let's do this. And then go. All right, Kevin. Tell me the easiest way to do this because I'm messing this up. I'm sorry.
In terms of adding people, like at first you don't even necessarily need to for some of us because like for me, I'm gonna roll it and it should add it to it. Yeah. Oh, sick. There's that one again. So it's either 1s or 20s tonight. So
Do you want to re-roll
Turn.
that?
no, I'll be good.
I know we used it.
Yeah. Because I mean,
How many times a day do you have that?
he just
Well,
has the
I was
2
gonna
that
use-
he can.
I was gonna use out to full luck for that one because you rolled a 1. I would mean it would leave me with one round entirely without lucky, but yeah.
Oh, right, because yours.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's only
feature,
1?
halfling feature. What do you mean?
Yeah. So how often can you do the replacement of the 1 for someone else?
For someone else, once per turn, and then I lose it myself
But just for that turn?
Wait,
for that
Like,
turn.
as a
Yeah.
reaction?
but you have it for 24 hours whenever you want it?
Yeah, so I have lucky, which is for all 1s as long as I keep it myself, but
Right.
I'll use the feat
Oh,
bountiful luck, which is as long as you're within 30 feet of me and you roll a 1, I can use my reaction to let them use my lucky trait. They must use the new rule, and you can't use your lucky racial trait before the end of your next turn. So it's the end of my next turn.
Yeah, but
All
I
right.
think that's worth it just because it's something where it's like, what are the chances of rolling a 1? Well, obviously for me, 50-50 apparently tonight, but still.
Yeah, so I'll save it for when you roll 1 to attack or something,
Right.
I guess.
Well, you'll already be reset by then, though.
Maybe. It goes to the end of my next turn, so I don't know.
Right. And that's supposed to be a 1. Because that's for Fizzgig.
It does make for good math when I'm like, yeah, I don't have to add anything to anything.
Absolutely.
You know, like they don't. Yeah.
Just rolling like 60 D20s and it's just like, psh, that one.
Those are
That's
the
the number.
numbers. I don't have to do anything to this shit. All right, so I'm scrolling back up. All right, I've got Ziada at a 1. Are you still at a 1?
Yeah. Think so.
All right, let me find other Ziada and yeah, delete that. All right, I took care of Vaylin. Fizzgig. What did Fizzgig get?
A 14.
I don't think I have Fizzgig at a 14. So we change him to a 14. All right. There's no giant vultures. There's no thugs. Harvest, what did you get? Harvest?
And
Got a 10. All right, let's change that up to a 10. All right, that guy you guys murdered. Well, actually, he didn't murder. He ran away into the thing. Loki, 14.
No, I think I got an 8. Yeah.
Oh, there you are. At the, all right, I see you. Never mind. All right, and then Novakri, I've got an 11 and a 14. So which is you?
14 is Novakri.
All right, let's get rid of that. All right, I think I got this. Let's go to descending. Roll back up to the top. All right. So nobody in the group currently beats a 17, correct? I'm just making sure as I'm looking this up, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool. All right. I just want to make sure I've got this correct too, because apparently there's a lot of things to take into consideration as these weird, like hybrid human slash fish creatures jump over the side of the boat. And as they do that, you just hear Sopo go, oh, this place just got more interesting. And this guy, which is this guy is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to put him right there. And he is going to attack Ziada. He moves right up. He's going to give Ziada probably not much because of the goddamn armor that you wear. But, let's see what happens. So they take a bite and a claw. They have another thing to do, but let's do this. So we're going to do a bite and a claw. So 2 + 6 to hits. Let's see what happens. We need 2 d20s plus 6. All right. I got a 23 and a 22.
I believe those are both hits. Let me make sure.
Son of a bitch.
Yep.
All right. So you're going to take a d8 plus 4 and 2d4 plus 4 as this creature comes up and sinks its first it sinks its claws into you, like slashes against you, rips into your armor, and then comes in and just like sinks its teeth into like the side of your skull. And it's gross because it's got these weird tentacles on its face, and it's so like as it grabs you. So let's roll some damage. D8 plus 4, 2d4 plus 4. All right. 2d4 plus 4. You take 7 points of damage from the bite, and then the d8. And then you take 8 points of damage from the claw. So claw and bite. And then you know what? Let's give everybody a chance to see these things. So Shift, Control Z. Nope, that's not what I want. What's zoom in? I thought it was Shift Z. Shift Z? Yeah,
Yep.
There we go. That's what these things look like. And they've got all these tiny. This picture doesn't do it justice, but those tentacles act as like grapples that pull towards the mouth, almost like the tentacles an octopus has or a squid has as it pulls it towards its mouth.
Mind flare.
All right. Fish, bitch. All right. Next is Marrow number 6. Marrow number 6 is going to move. By the way, on this boat, everything's open, including right here. It's just an open deck. So 5, 10, 15, 20 is going to move right here, realizing it can't get all the way up, and it's going to take one harpoon shot at. Roll a d4, and I'll tell you what happens with that. Oh, yeah, it's going. That was weird. It rolled it twice. Exactly the same. All right. But it's going to shoot at Loki. It's got a +6 to hit. And it does some serious damage if it hits with this. It's shooting a harpoon. Let's see what happens. 1 d20 +6. I'm assuming a 12 doesn't hit you. I'd be shocked if a 12 hit you.
No, it does not.
All right, so that is that creature's turn. That was number 6. Number 2, which is Marrow number 2. Number 2 is already engaged in all of this shit, sees it, and just takes like a step this way. These are large creatures, and is going to try to assail you twice. So 2 d20s +5, correct? Well, no, it's still +6. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. I think one of these is going to hit. I think both of these are going to hit. Jesus Christ. All right. So do you have any tactics, tricks, things you want to drop as this thing just steps up and starts wailing into you?
Into Loki.
Into Loki. Sorry, the guy just stepped up right next to you to your well, at this point, to your starboard side.
So did he only attack once or twice?
Attack twice. So he rolled two 18s, has a +6 to both of them. Oh shit. 18. So 24 minus 7 is a 17. I think that's the right math. Does a 17 hit you?
Why minus?
So Novakri just cast Bardic. Oh no. Novakri, you got to explain yourself. I'm sorry. I thought you were doing your your minus effect. What are you doing?
Sorry. Uh, using cutting words, but it uses my bardic inspiration die.
Oh, okay. So it is a -7 from the attack, correct?
From the die roll. But
So the total attack it gets reduced by the 7. So
yes,
the 18 plus 6 is a 24, minus 7 is a 17, correct?
correct.
All right. And so Loki does a 17 hit you.
Yeah. But I just remembered that it has disadvantage because of the cloak I'm wearing.
Wait. Wait. I got to see if they have something first. What do they have? Do they have? They have perception? You know what? You are correct. So if both of these hit, I will re-roll both of them and let's see what happens. Good call. Let's roll that again. All right. So the 5 is definitively not a hit. The 12 plus what is it? 12 plus 6 is an 18. So let's do this. Novakri, because you were the one casting the spell, I want you to roll whatever percentile die you want, if whether it's 100 or a D4 or whatever, but call high or low. And then if you get that on that roll, that will affect that because the disadvantage of the cloak has given Loki means one of these doesn't hit. And because we didn't specify which one you were attacking when we first started this, it may also affect the other one. So pick what you want, Novakri, and then roll. Sorry, go ahead.
I'll do a D4 high.
D4 high. All right. So 1 and a 2, it's still going to hit. 3 and a 4, miss. Oh, it's still going to get 2. All right.
Sorry.
No, it's cool. Roll another D4. 1 and a 2 will be claw. 3 and a 4 will be bite.
I'm a little confused. So it got disadvantage. So the first attack is 18 and 18, right?
Yeah. So both hit.
Well, like total of 24 and 24, and then the disadvantage didn't really matter there because it's the same die roll twice over, and then the next one is a 5 plus 6, so that's 11, right? So that one just misses straight up.
You correct. So
Okay. So then Novakri is using cutting words, reducing that to
what I was what I was saying was that because the disadvantage occurred and we didn't specify which attack that it occurred. Actually, wait, now I have to think about this again. That's why we were rolling the percentiles to see like which one it affected because actually no, it doesn't make sense. No, because if originally they both should have had disadvantage. I'm sorry, I'm walking through my head right now. They should have both had disadvantage, and that only one of them would have gotten through because the second one would have glanced off. Novakri's cutting words. Well, you know what? Does the cutting words have to happen in the instance that the hit is rendered, or before? What's the specifics for cutting words?
I put up the stat block on it. But basically,
No, it says it right there. You choose to use this feature after the creature makes its roll, but before the DM determines whether the attack roll ability check succeeds or fails. So if that's the case, I like, for rule of fun, I'm going to say that they don't hit. They both don't hit, because that's it. Like, we haven't done this. We haven't played with this before, so we didn't know about it. But I like the idea that, like, where the two hits came in like simultaneously, but because of disadvantage, one of them seemed to strike, but the other one did not. And at that moment, Novakri was like cutting words and said, "You smell like a hamster," or whatever Novakri would say with her cutting words.
a wet
That the
hamster.
creature, yeah, the creature basically like turned and looked away. What I was doing was I because I thought it was affecting before everything was rolled. That's why the percentiles happened. But I like it. So this creature steps up next to you, Loki, tries to strike you twice, and then just like fails on both of them, and is like, or like whatever this creature sounds like. And okay, it is Novakri's turn. What I would like to do, as it is 11:29 right now, if we can get through one round of combat, we'll pick up here next week if everybody's cool with that. Is everybody okay with going like maybe 10 minutes or so longer?
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so Novakri, your turn. The DM's pissed because he really thought he would have taken a bite out of Loki somehow, and he didn't.
Okay, well, I'm dropping hypnotic pattern
Ooh.
such that I can hit the 4 marrow to the south, but not us.
4 marrow to the south. I'm just making sure they don't have some weird thing. Okay. All right. What do they need to roll to not fall under your hypnotic gaze, etc.?
They need a DC 15 Wisdom save.
All right, and so it is this one, like the 4 to this below you guys, right?
Yeah.
All right, so 4. Their wisdom save is, they don't have a plus to it, so here we go. All right, first guy that's right here in the midst of you succeeds, beats, no problem. Next guy that's below this guy fails. I'm going to give him what happens with hypnotic pattern? They don't know. They're,
He's incapacitated.
oh Jesus. I don't like this at all. I'm just going to give him a snail. Then we're going to go with this guy. That guy passed because he's an 18. And then this guy I'm going to give a snail to as well. Gross. I don't like that at all.
I
And
love hypnotic pattern.
hypnotic yourself to blah, 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 blah. All right.
It's such a beautiful spell.
Can't take actions or reactions, but they can swallow you whole. No, I'm kidding. All right. And do they get a saving throw at the beginning or the end of their turn?
Nope.
What level spell is this?
It's the 3rd.
Then there's no saving throw against it? It's, how long does it last then?
The duration. Holy shit.
Concentration up to a minute. Each creature on a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. Takes any if the creature takes any damage, or if someone else uses an action to shake the creature. Okay, all right, cool. All right, I was like, there's gotta be a way out of this. You can't just own them forever. Like, all right. So that was a great spell. I hate you. I'm going to kill you next.
Yeah.
And it is Fizzgig's turn. Whoever's got control of Fizzgig.
I don't exactly know how he works, so simple is short bow.
Quick question. Am I not in the order counter?
Yeah, you are. You're at 10.
Yeah, your character that he put in the turn order is from a different map, so you can't see it, but he can. But also,
Okay.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, Harvest. I have you on the map. I do have you on the map, or on the counter, I should say.
yeah, and then Fizzgig isn't too, so I'm like, wait, shouldn't you be up? But no. So I'm gonna go.
If she had a 10, she should be up now because I was 14.
Well, yeah, but then Fizzgig was.
Phase gig was as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll just go. What ones are asleep? Is it this one?
No, that one's awake. It's this one and this one.
Oh, okay, I see it now. It's not
Yeah,
working
the
well with
snail
them.
the snail shape formed really small on it.
Okay, and is this guy in the square with Seata?
I think I may have put him one square too far north. Sorry. Yeah, he should be right there. Yep, right there.
Perfect. Is there anyone that anyone thinks, any one of these guys that you think we should aim for first, or?
Also, characters who have dots on themselves, you guys should be at full health, so you should not have any dots on yourself. I'm just taking that stuff off right now.
I'm gonna say go ahead and shoot this guy.
Well, with the exception of Harvest, who I think got struck twice.
If it's
so
recent.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna shoot at this guy right here. Down this one down there, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll do a 20 with
Jesus.
10 piercing damage.
You rolled 2 6s though.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's just a for the crit sort of thing.
Oh, okay, all right. I was like, dude, I like you, at a minimum, you're shortchanging yourself by 2. So that's why I was like, what?
Whoops. Clicked it twice. Wow, that's fucked. So he had advantage for no reason and fucked it up royally both times.
Okay.
Is this one I should use luck?
You know what? It fucking better be.
If he did it that bad, you know.
Yeah. Otherwise, we waste your luck.
All right, bountiful luck.
All right,
on
so
the new guy.
Same thing. Try and hit
keep track
guy.
of that, so you know how many you use, because there's a limit to it. But yes.
No, there's not.
Oh shit.
Not for bountiful luck. It resets at the end of my turn.
Shit! That's right.
Yeah, the halfling one. Yeah.
Wait. For the halfling one though, isn't it just for you, or can you share it?
But bountiful luck allows it.
Yes. Okay. All right.
I have 3 kinds of luck. It's ridiculous.
Did you get lucky too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I have a halfling that's lucky with portent, and
it's gross. It's super gross.
Lucky, portent, regular luck feat, and the bountiful luck feat.
If there is any character I have come across that will never die, it is Loki with this. In 5e. I'm just saying. Like I'm not saying that to jinx anything, just your ability to get out of any number of devastating circumstances is ridiculous.
Yeah, you would say that about Eleanor, and that would just be like, oh, but then a breeze comes by. You're at half health. Some saves.
Eleanor, I think, was a different circumstance, and then the game got far more challenging as you continued. So whatever. But all right. So
thinking, I want to use a flash of genius.
You can do that.
So that's what that is. So I end up adding 2 to the attack, so it becomes a 14 for this guy.
And their AC is a 13, so that is a hit.
And that's why I wanted to make the most of it. So
all right. So how 12 damage?
Piercing it again. 10.
10. All right. Wow.
Yeah. The ones that actually mattered, that actually hit, they got maxed out.
I'm gonna give this
that needed the reroll.
You have brought this guy to Bloodied. You definitely have done that with that. The two of you doing that. So, all right. A Fizzgig, are you doing anything else?
No, he's got 2 attacks per turn. I think that was so that was a reaction, actually. So I am. He has. Where is it? A bonus action of I gain 7 temporary hit points. Or Fizzgig has 7 temporary hit points.
Okay.
And that's
all
his
right.
bonus action, and that's all.
All right. Goes to Vaylin. Vaylin looks at her spell list. Do several things, but I think she's just going to cast a chill touch on the one that's right here that's been hit. And so she has, what does she have? She has a +6 to hit. We'll roll that plus this. Let's roll this. That is a 16. That is a definite hit. And then for damage, she does 2d8. Nothing. Plus it's just 2d8, right? Oh, wow. That's 10 more points of damage for this guy. Holy crap. It's 10. Do this. I'm going to say, like, he's on the borderline of this, but I'm going to give him the mark anyways. All right. And then she is going to... She can't go anywhere without provoking, so she is going to stay where she is. And then it goes to Harvest. So, Harvest, what are you doing? And Harvest, I know somebody, when they first came out, they made an attack. You made an attack. Did they hit you, or are you good right now? Harvest, if you're talking, I apologize. I can't hear you. Harvest, are you still there? Or Dolan, are you still there? Okay, we may have lost Dolan, and so I did kind of want to give everybody a chance. So why don't we do this? In case Dolan can jump back in and join us, TJ, if you want to take your turn, let's do that right now, and then we'll either end it or we'll go from there.
Yay. One's almost dead, but I think I need to do some protection, so I'm gonna be using
You're gonna drop the fireball spell you learned?
I cannot cast it, unfortunately.
Is it what level spell is it?
The 3rd level spell.
You don't have access to 3rd level spells at 7th level?
No,
He's
I'm not
even a 3rd level wizard.
Oh my god! I'm sorry. You're absolutely right. I'm sorry. I forgot that you were dual classing. That's right.
I'm a 2nd level wizard, and arcane tricksters are a third of a wizard essentially. So
No,
that's
fair
gonna
enough.
be that's gonna be a while until I think I have to be like level
Jesus, what is that? Like two and like 2/3
12.
now of a wizard spellcaster?
I have to be
I,
like 11, level 11 minimum to get a third level spell. I think, unless
I
I start
just,
going wizard.
I was just like, how is the 7th level caster not doing? And I was like, oh, that's why. Okay, yep, all right.
Yeah, but I was happy. I feel like the best spell, like a lot of these spells that I got from the book, can't cast. But the one that I'm very happy I can cast is Mirror Image.
That's pretty huge.
So, casting
Did
Mirror
did
Image.
did you have a hard time hitting me before? 1,000% more now. That's what that is. Yeah.
But yeah. So there's three duplicates of myself.
All right. Make a note of that. And I forget what the rule is, but basically on a hit, there's a percentile to make sure it's you or your other, I think.
Yeah, there's. Let's see.
It like explains it in the thing, right?
Yeah, like the
You have to
spell
roll
description
like
basically
over a
says
15, or else
yeah,
it's one of the clones or something. And then you have to
correct.
roll
Yeah.
over like a 12 or something to that effect. Somewhere in there.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so you cast a spell, you've got this, there's now 4 Lokis on the board in the same space, but yes. Are you doing anything else?
Dancing, probably. I feel like I can't be hit.
No way you can hit me.
And I'll probably get hit, but
Well,
It
highly
was the one that
unlikely.
was talking and taunting me. The other ones were just dancing. So I kicked that one. He
All
says
right,
through his
and
stupid fish face.
Harvest / Dolan, are you back with us? Are you still here? Can you hear us? And put it in the chat just in case.
Yes, but I've been ignoring you.
And I'll just try to text her out of game just to see, just in case. And then if I don't hear back from her, we can just pick up next week and it'll be her turn. We'll go from there as you guys continue to explore this wrecked ship that apparently has been swarmed by Marrow and Sopo, who's somewhere. We won't say where, but Sopo's there, and he's like, "Oh, it just got way more interesting."
We're going to have a talk about your use of that word.
I don't think that word means what you think it means.
Right?
But yeah, so all right. So like I said, I've not heard back from Dolan, so I'm going to assume that I'm going to assume the worst. I'm just going to go right for the worst. But let's do this. It's
So she sold
11:47.
another house.
Yeah, it's
Right.
she
And
maybe
she's
like
out
her
now. She had to get
her,
out by 12 tonight. That's
her
what
other
the
game.
contract
Yeah,
said.
her other game was like, we need you to play. Also, get out of your house. So yeah. So, but anyways, all right.
We know what happened last time she did this on us.
That seemed more threatening than anything. Also, get out of your house.
All right. Well, thank you guys. I hope you're having fun, and I will try to murder you with Marrow next week. But Novakri, what a well placed spell. That was amazing, and we'll go from there.
Spell.
Very good.
All right,
Talk to you guys
everybody.
later.
Talk to you later.
Later.